guys, today is a beautiful day to go for a ride. I'm out here in West Tokyo. I don't know exactly where I am just yet, but we're going to be heading to Okutama, the Okutama area. Really good mountain roads. As you know, my commute is all straight, flat roads, so I don't get to hit the twisties much. Alright. I forgot my key. Damn. Let's do this. Here we go. Alright, so today I want to tell you about a ticket I got last month. If you follow me on Instagram, this is old news, but let's get going first. Okay, so here's the story of how I got my ticket. I was on my way home from Tokyo. I had some work there, and I was on my way home, and I was minding my own business, following Google Maps, and right after going through a tunnel or an underpass with a nice wide sweeping curve, turn in it, I hear some sirens, and I'm looking around, and I look around, and the bike, the police guy on the bike comes up right next to me and pulls me over. And it's that worst feeling, when you're getting pulled over. It's like, oh man, what did I do? I don't think I was speeding. I don't think I was crossing any orange lines or anything like that. But he told me, okay, he pulls me up. He's like, did you see the sign at the entrance of the tunnel that you just went through that said that the tunnel is off limits to bikes? And I had never heard of something like that, like a tunnel being off limits to bikes. I know that sometimes for Genskis with 50 cc's or below 125 cc's, there are a lot of tunnels or sometimes bridges that you can't go through. But I've never heard of it being off limits to bikes, all bikes. So right there. So I asked them, well, why? Why did they make that tunnel off limits to bikes? And is that the deal with all the tunnels now? What's going on? And he's like, no, it's just that one. And he explains to me that there was a bad bike accident, and I think somebody died. And since then, they made that tunnel off limits to bikes. The tunnel does have a nice wide sweeping turn in it, but you can't see through the turn. You can't see through the turn, and so I don't know. This is old. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted this about a month ago, and a lot of people are like, what? I've never heard of that in my country. There's nothing like that going on. That's just crazy. And yes, it was a speed trap. That's the whole. Not a speed trap. It was just a police trap. They're just waiting for riders to make that mistake. Right after, while the guy was still writing me the ticket, another guy, a GSX rider, got pulled over right after me. And so, that's what kind of pisses me off, that they're just waiting there for somebody to make that mistake. It's not super obvious, and especially if you're just following a Navi that's just for cars, it's really easy to make this mistake. I like Google Maps. It's a really good Navi. It's intuitive. It's got, you know, it gives you all the traffic info and all that. It's free, but it doesn't have the best routes for bikes, and it might take you down some roads that are off limits to bikes if that's what you do. And so that's why I'm trying to use this Navi here, which is Navi Time, and I'm still haven't figured out how to use it all. You might hear the Navi Lady, navigation lady talking to you, but yeah, it's not the easiest thing to use. Maybe I just haven't figured out how to use it. But anyways, that's my story. That's how I got the ticket. It wasn't an expensive ticket, but yeah, I like what a Kansai writer said. He said, "Hey, just consider it a fun tax. You know, you got to pay taxes." I like what Kansai writer said. He said, just consider it a fun tax, and that's I like that way of thinking more than like, oh, I'm just helping with the police fundraising effort, giving a donation to the police kind of thing. Anyways, yeah, so I paid a fun tax. Wasn't too much, 6,000 yen, about $60. Probably one of the cheapest tickets you can get. Still, I don't want to be doing that again as much as possible, so that's why I'm using this bike navigation system. And it's supposed to have, you know, the best touring roads listed, or the ideal roads for bikes, and it's not supposed to take you down roads that are off limits to bikes and all that sort of stuff. Another gadget that I have on the bike today, which you can't really see clearly here, maybe when we stop at a red light I will show you better, and I should have it mounted up here, but it's a radar thing. It's a radar detector, and I have it in my car usually. Let's see if I can pass these guys here. I usually have it mounted in my car, and it's supposed to detect when they're doing a speed trap in the area. It picks up some of the radar signals, and it also has you can update all the information of where they've had speed traps or other kind of traps, and you just put it in the SD card, and it'll give you advance warning of where all that is, where it's happening. And it also gives you friendly reminders like, hey, please don't overspeed, you're going over the speed limit, whatever, because it's got some GPS speedometer built in. Yeah, there's a bunch of different features on it, and obviously I'm not looking at it right now because it's too low. I should actually have it mounted up here, and I'll show you that maybe once I get that. Anyways, that's just my story. Tell me what you think. What's the craziest thing you've got a ticket for? You know, the obvious ones are like speeding, or in Japan also not stopping at a stop sign, or things like that, and they're just waiting around the corner just to see if you'll, you know, make a slip. But that was I've never heard of anybody getting a ticket for going under, you know, a tunnel, and a tunnel being off limits just for bikes, just because they had an accident. And I know they've actually done this with a few of the roads. This road, I believe, that I'm going to be riding today, it was off limits for several years, and there are quite a few bike accidents on this road because it is a really fun road to ride, but you know, people go too fast and stuff like that. But about 5 years ago, I think they opened it up again to everybody. the best roads around my house, mountain roads near Mount Scuba. You know, you can see some of my Mount Scuba rides. But the best roads for riding are off limits to bikes there too. So that's really sad. I mean, if they do that, I don't know if it was because of an accident or if it were just like too many, I don't know what, too many guys having fun. Anyways, that's my story, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of videos you want to watch or what you're interested in hearing about, or things like that. I always appreciate all the comments. I read them all. I try to reply to every single one.